Well, hello everybody. I'm here to teach you how to make your face look like, well, not your face. You guys want to get a glow? Okay, let's go. Start off with Becca Backlight Primer, which I'm actually already wearing. Then we're going to apply Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation. I'm a little bit tan right now, so I currently wear the shade Medium Sand. My favorite way to apply foundation is with a damp beauty blender. This foundation tends to go a long way, so I squirt about a quarter size glob on the back of my hand. Just dip your beauty blender into the glob and start dabbing that stuff all over your face. But on a serious note, using patting motions is going to give you a more natural finish than swiping motions where you get the streaky look and you're just going to have a more flawless complexion. Next, we're moving on to Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Do you see a pattern here? And I am in the shade Light. Put the concealer under your eyes and on top of any blemishes that you might have at the moment. Kind of like Mount Fluffin' Rushmore on my forehead there. Also, while I'm here, since this concealer is a few shades lighter than my skin, I'm going to use it as my liquid highlight. I'm going to put it anywhere I want my face to be brighter or where I want my features to pop out more. And using that same beauty blender, blend it out with patting motions. Pay no mind to the makeup caked all over my Tarte Pro Glow palette. I actually use it, so. There are two contour shades in this palette. We'll be going with the cream one called Shade. Is anybody else's cat a douche? Using my finger, I'm going to apply the contour shade just under my cheekbones, but not in the hollows of my cheek. That'll just make you look sick. You're basically just making wherever you put this darker shade recede into your face. Putting it on the sides of my nose is going to straighten it out rather than having it be so bulbous at the end. End up on the top of your forehead around your hairline so you can get rid of that 5 head. And here we've got Benefit's WhatsApp. Also, on a side note, oh my gosh, how cute is their packaging? Okay, getting sidetracked by cute things. This will give you a great base for the powder highlight we'll be applying later. Again, this goes anywhere you want to enhance your features, and as usual, blend it out. Now we've got to make sure all this cream product doesn't shift around during the day. Any translucent powder will work. I'm using the NYX brand. I'm using the mattifying, but if you want even more of a dewy finish, an illuminating powder would work. Take a fluffy brush and pat this on gently, making sure to cover your whole face in a thin layer. Moving on to blush. This is Benefit's Rockateur. It's like a mauve-y pinky shade with a bit of shimmer. I'm applying this just to the apples of my cheeks and working any remaining product up my cheekbone. Back to the Tarte Pro Glow palette, this time for the powder contour called Sculpt. First going in with a slightly fluffy brush. I'll be working this into just above the hollows of my cheek and up around to the top of my forehead. Going back in with a more precise, flatter brush and applying where I want to add more dimension. Keep layering until you're happy with the outcome. Also, on a side note, this palette smells like chocolate. On to the highlight. Going with Stunner and using a brush you've had for a couple of years with no idea where you got it, apply this to your cheekbones, above the tails of your eyebrows, your forehead, and the bridge of your nose. Go ham with this, okay? I have a highlighting obsession, you should too. And to blend the contouring and highlight better, use Fire with the same brush and place it between the two. Also, more highlight equals a happier you, so apply it anywhere else your little heart desires. For the brows, I usually start off with Benefit's Ka-Brow. I'm sort of lacking in the brow department, and using a pomade is an easy way to create an entirely new brow shape. Use a stiff angled brush for precision lines. Just be sure to stay darkest at your tail and lightest towards the inner corner. Nobody likes the blocky brow look. Then to set the brow hairs in place, use NYX's brow gel in whatever color is appropriate for you. This is basically mascara for your eyebrows. For eyeshadows, we're using my favorite palette ever, Lorac Mega Pro 3. This was limited edition when it came out, but I'm sure you can still find it online somewhere. For the base, start with the shade Crepe, and using a large blending brush, just kind of smush it around your eyelid. Okay, good job. Then using a smaller blending brush, apply the shade Toffee just above your crease. Make sure to blend this out really well as it's your transition shade and you don't want any harsh lines. I even go back in with the original larger blending brush to create a flawless transition. and just keep layering until it's pigmented enough for you. Then, with the smaller blending brush, go in with the shade Maple and apply this to your crease. And with a smaller, denser brush, apply it under your lower lash line. Then go in with that same dense brush and pack on the shade Bark to your entire eyelid, blending it into your crease with that smaller blending brush. Keep applying until you like the opacity. Then I'm going in with my finger and using rose quartz to add shimmer to the middle of my eyelid, creating a halo effect. And finally for the eyeshadow, I'm using Urban Decay's Midnight Cowboy. And with a packing brush, apply it to the inner corner of the eyes and just under the eyebrows. For mascara, my current favorite is Tarte Lights Camera's Lashes. The best technique to get volume is to start at the base of your lashes using sawing motions all the way up to the tips of the lashes. Do the upper and lower lashes. Then for more density, go in with Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara and only apply this to the upper lashes using the same technique. And finally, the lip I'm using is Tarte's Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Rosé. And that's that. So I'm not really sure how to end a video. I guess here's a small mandatory montage of my face. I'll add in some weird faces so I don't seem too narcissistic. Thanks for watching. Bye!